So, hello and welcome to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And I think there will be no episode where I can say it correctly. Or the SDWT podcast, as you can see on the picture. And today we are going to get further with the Gates Note article I found. And I'm very sorry for the last episode to cut it off so promptly because I was running on 1% battery life, and there were then two options I had. Either I end the recording, and I wasn't really sure if I can continue it because I'm using another program, so the audio quality is better, and or I'll get up and get my cable to get electricity. I'll load my battery or charge my battery, sorry. And I took the first one because I wasn't sure if this saves it automatically, and if not, I would have lost a lot of value, and I would have had to do it again. But we are going further with the third question. How do you feel the future of AI will influence our lives and purpose? I know I've done this question the last time, but I wanted to say something, and it's the 23rd of November 2018, and I've recognized now that you can actually set up a timer with Siri just by talking, and it was so astonishing to me, and I really use it. I really like to use it because it saves me a lot of time. And this is what Bill says. As I read it again, technology gives us more leisure time by raising productivity. And I got much more productive by just, setting up my alarm with talking to Siri or whatever. But let's head to the next question. The fourth. Which form of renewable energy do you believe will be most widely adopted in the fight against climate change? It's too early to say. The group of private investors I mentioned in the letter are focusing on 5 areas. One is grid-scale storage, which could solve the problem that solar and wind energy are not available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Another is liquid fuels, which involves using the energy of the sun to create hydrocarbons in the process, similar to photosynthesis. Geothermal is a third focus area for us. There are many more possibilities, some of which we are investing in. The key is that the world needs to be aggressively pursuing lots of ideas, because no one really knows yet which ones will lead to the big energy breakthrough we need. And as I have mentioned the last episode, I think, yes, it was the last episode, Elon Musk is developing some new changes for the solar panel industry. And if you're interested in it, just listen to the last episode. It's just 15 minutes. And it's quite in the middle of the episode, so if you want to get there quick. I'm curious about both of your experiences on how women are treated around the world. Over your 18 years, has it improved at all? Which was a question for Melinda. Looking at the big picture, the answer is resounding yes. Worldwide, the number of women who have access to modern contraceptives that has never been higher. The number of women dying in childbirth has fallen by nearly half in just a single generation. Access to education, jobs and financial services is becoming more equal every year, a fact you not only see in the data, but hear in a mother's voice when she tells you she believes her daughter will live a better life than she did. Which is just great if you hope that your children have a better life than you have. And then I think you have done everything right by doing it and not only by saying it. I have to admit. Of course, the rapid progress we've seen makes the remaining barriers to gender equality even starker. I'm heartbroken when I travel overseas and meet women who still do not have the right to own land or the ability to plan and space their pregnancies. Here in the US, I am outraged to see the same kinds of bias and discrimination I experienced 30 years ago, still looking so many women out of leadership positions and career paths. Which in my country, it's just the same. Women for the same work just get, they get less paid than men, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have anything to do with on how good you are, depending on whether you're woman or man. Just bullshit, my point of view. How close are we getting to understand and curing Alzheimer's? Really interesting question. And I see they took questions from social media platforms. I don't know. It might be. It's Reddit. I think it's Reddit. Yeah. Sorry for interrupting. I'm optimistic that we'll see a significant breakthrough within the next 10 to 20 years. And Bill answers to it, by the way. Our understanding of how the brain ages is advancing a great deal, and that's fueling a lot of promising research in new areas. Most of the drug trials so far have focused on two specific pathways to treatment: amyloid and tau. I hope those approaches succeed, but I'm excited that scientists are also beginning to explore less mainstream targets. A more diverse drug pipeline will increase our odds of discovering a breakthrough. And in terms of understanding on how the brain works, I think, at my point of view, it will not take long until we really can see if or what a person sees. There are certain brain areas that get activated when you see certain colors, and in some way, I do not remember fully, we could be able to see or reimagine what a person was reading or is reading at the time, because of the brain areas that are just activating at that certain moments, which is just amazing for me. And I have to take deep breaths because I'm running out of some kind of really shouting today, because I really don't want to have episodes like the first two, and the third is better. The fourth is up to now the best, I guess. So, questions for Melinda. Can you tell us more about Pivotal Ventures? How its work towards women issues differs from what the foundation does? Sorry. Through years of doing this work, I've seen time and again that when women have the tools to do what's right for themselves and their families, they transform societies. At the foundation, most of our work is focused on improving global health and helping people lift themselves out of poverty. Empowered women are essential to driving those outcomes, which is why we invest in family planning, services, maternal health care, women's movements, and more. In 2015, I created an investment and incubation company called Pivotal Ventures. It's PIVOTAL and Ventures. Some of the issues we are looking at include expanding access to pay family and medical leave, helping more women to join and thrive in the tech industry. And closing the enormous gender gap in who's giving and receiving venture capital. Pivotal's model is based on partnership. We are working with a wide range of individuals and organizations with a shared vision for social progress and commitment to improve lives. Melinda answered this question. And this seems to be the last question, but because I have quite a lot of time, this episode will hopefully be a little bit longer. It depends on how fast I can find something else. Yeah. What is the one thing you hope humanity will achieve in your lifetime? And Bill answers, health equity. Equity. It's no, it's not. Sure. EQUITY. I want every person, no matter where you live or what your income level is, to have the same opportunity to grow and thrive. There are plenty of reasons to think this is achievable, especially when you look at the dramatic improvements the world has made already. The number of children who die before their 5th birthday has been cut in half since 1990, and 86% of kids around the world receive basic vaccinations. If we keep making progress, I'm hopeful we will one day live in a world where a child born in sub-Saharan Africa has the same odds of surviving to adulthood as a child born in Europe or the United States. And that would be really, really great to see. And I really hope that I can see it in my lifetime. And that's one of the things I'm really glad that I'm only 17 right now, because I am able, in terms of my age, that I can I can see a lot of things, and I'm not restricted by anything. That's just great. But because this article, we've reached the end of the article, I have to search something different. And I don't know, maybe we will do a little bit of Warren Buffett again, because I don't know, I don't want to waste time. And the website, by the way, is buffettfaq.com. And FAQ stands for frequently asked question. If you didn't know it, I didn't know it, so that's why I say it to you. How to think about businesses. Just really, what makes a great business? The best business can maintain their earnings without continued reinvestment, whereas in the worst you have to keep pouring money into a money-losing business. The best business is being the best surgeon in town. You don't have to do any reinvestment. The investment was the education. The surgeon will retain his earnings power regardless of inflation. That's true, and something I can talk about in terms of this. Something Gary Vee said, and I know I talk a lot about him, but actually, the first few times I saw him on YouTube, I didn't really like him, because his way of acting, his characteristics are, really characteristical for him and typical for him, and he's just a really, straightforward guy. But now I just kind of love him. He brings so much value to the people, and I really recommend you to follow him on every platform you can imagine. Really, every platform. If it's Instagram or YouTube or even Twitter, LinkedIn also, I guess. But he said that a great business or yes, let's say a great business is chosen by the market and by the demand of the market. And when you're, for example, creating a new Instagram page for you personally or for your company, it doesn't matter. The market or the people will show you how good your content is. And the more engagement and the more followers you get, the better your content is. Because if it wasn't good, nobody would see it. And if it is good, people will share it. People will be like, oh, that's cool. I tell this page to my friends, and talk about it with them. And I thought a little bit about it, and it's just the truth. Even though I have to say that sadly enough, in terms of Instagram, when you're posting something, it doesn't mean that the right people and all the people that should see it, and therefore they can't like something or comment on something or share something they haven't seen. And that's something I can point out of this quote, or quote. What businesses should be avoided? In the textile industry, we always had new machinery that held the promise of increasing our profit, but it never did because everyone else bought the same machinery. It was sort of like being in a crowd and everyone stands on tiptoes. Your view doesn't improve, your legs hurt, but your legs hurt. Yeah, that's a really great anecdote for that, or an homage, if this word exists in the English language. If not, I'm sorry for that. Let's see. We'll make the last question. What do you do if businesses changes are recognized? If a good business is doing dumb things with our money, it is wise to get out. The option is always there to try to pursue the business to change its mind, but this is difficult. Investment techniques must be simpatico with all. Just make sure you have right contracts, I would say. Additionally to that, you can always be safe or make yourself safe or be in a safe position by correcting or editing the contract, or making a contract that's suitable for all parties of the business. I would say that. A really short one. Would you comment on the quality of earnings in capital-intensive businesses like utilities? And Buffett says, capital-intensive industries outside the utility sector scare me more. We get decent returns on equity. You won't get rich, but you won't go broke either. You're better off in business that are not capital-intensive. You're better off in businesses that are not capital intensive. Yeah, I would generally say in the start, stay safe. And people say that you should go and take risks, and I would say so. Yes, it's true, but don't take risks that you know that it won't work out. It won't work out. You know that, and you shouldn't do that. It would be just completely dumb. Completely. But nevertheless, it's time to end this podcast, and I'm really thankful for you to listen to me and to listen to what I've been saying. If you like it, subscribe, and new episodes will follow soon, or every single day if I probably every single day. Nevertheless, see you tomorrow. Yes, and have a great day whenever you or night, or midnight even, whenever you're listening to it. And I love you. just thank you. Really thank you. See you.